Luxury jumps on a Boeing jet, leaves behind the family, no regrets. He's got a birthday out near old Shanghai. Eyes are on Mrs. Lai, the reason why. While in Brisbane, the tears roll strong. Chinese whispers called him to Hong Kong. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave behind the begging for the Luxy show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie's chasing dreams in the mystic land. Mrs. Lai brings coffee to his hand. Family's calls echo on the phone. He's miles away, lost, but he's not alone. In old Shenzhen's glow, he likes to stray. With Mrs. Lai, they bonk till the light of day. Pack up your bags and off you go. He's not showing up to New York, what show? Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Though the tears roll down in Brisbane town, Archie's 3-inch dick flops all around. Celebrations in the neon night, forgetting home, he's chasing new Asian delight. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Weeks later, Archie leaves his playground. Comes back home, he's Brisbane bound. Comes up with stories that he's going bust. Has to fool the punters to gain their trust. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie spent the punter's money, he's in a fix. Spins a story that he can't eat bricks. All the lonely simps believe his scam. Grab all their cash, shove it in his hand. Pack up your bags and off you go. He didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Comes on streams, he cries poor again. His mate Tan gives him $5 grand, maybe 10. Archie thinks he's a big swing dick, cause the punters fall for his gypsy shtick. Pack up your bags and off you go. Didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore.
Hello. Archibald Chesterfield the third here. This is the Archie Luxury Show. This is the Archie Luxury Show. And welcome to all the punters. Here we go. All the punters are in the crowd there. We're getting the show set up. What can I say, guys? We'll send a few invites out. We'll send a few out. Who do I send one to? Well, let's send one to Tan the Man. Bear Clooney. Let's see if we can get Bear on. It's a wind-up show. Mark Goldberg, he's very cool. Mr. GMT, we'll send him an invite. Oh, Keslow. Let's get one to Keslow. We'll get, what's his name? Herman on. Herman's a great guy. Who else is there? Well, that's Vintigny. Who else can I just having a look here? My God, when do I see anybody? Yeah, that's okay. That's about it. That is about it. And I got the greatest dog trainer in the world. By the way, Marky, I just been stocking up on a bit of lube. What's the difference between this is silicone based?
Oh yeah, that's
lube,
the good stuff. That's
and this one here is strawberry water based. Why would one be? Can you explain the difference?
Yeah, I could. I'm not sure that that I should. But okay, look, water-based washes off easier if you like that. But the problem is it's not as long-lasting. So the silicone is slicker, slipperier, and harder to wash off. And by the way, if you ever have the idea of doing it in the hot tub, the swimming pool, the big bathtub, the jacuzzi, you can't use the water-based stuff because it just washes right off. And then it's like, you need the silicone and that.
Okay. Thank you for the insight. Thank you.
The pro move is the silicone. And as far as the flavored stuff goes, save that for salad dressing. Strawberries should really just be salad dressing, not for tossing the salad.
You don't like cocks that taste. You don't like cocks that taste like fruit?
Yeah, I don't think it's for that. I think it's for we're gonna fuck up the guys. Guys, this is not my fault. I did not initiate this conversation.
I tell you what it's for. You know what it's for, don't you? I know what it's for.
Yeah, yes, I do. Oh, I know.
Okay. Sorry. Apologies. Marky.
Yes.
Marky, let's be totally realistic today. Can we be realistic?
Yes. Let's go ahead. Are you selling everything?
Look, let's be totally honest here.
Frank and
things are not going great. Now, I'm not crying poor. I'm not begging.
You're not?
Mind you, a super chat would be very handy
right about now. Yes, it would.
I'll be honest with you. I'm going to. Do you think I'd do well in OnlyFans? Yes, just totally yes or no.
Yes.
Would I have to do things that SR Bell? What would I need to do?
It's you'd be a specialty entertainer on OnlyFans. You're looking for the chubby chasers. So no, I don't think you'd have to go as far as SR Bell's menagerie of naughtiness, but but yeah, I think you'd have to bear it all. You've come close.
I don't mind. I've done the shower. I did the shower.
Well, why don't you sign up for OnlyFans and let's see what happens?
Oh, could you imagine if Narc got hold of the pick spot?
Well, everyone's going to get a wait. Everyone's going to get a hold of the picks. So that's the thing. The only thing that you have to think of is, are you already fuck this fuck die for the job market? Yeah, yup. So it just comes down to the kids. How much are the kids going to suffer when their friends start, texting them your.
No, the kids have finished high school. That's all done.
Then go for it. What do you got to lose?
Yeah, fuck it. Marky.
Yes.
Marky.
Yes.
Marky.
Yes.
Marky.
Yes. Yes.
I'm contemplating seriously things. I'm not joking. Look, things are gone. I invested a lot of money in the business. I went to Geneva. As financially, it was a disaster. I mean, for my own personal development, it was quite good. I liked it. But that doesn't pay bills. Personal development doesn't pay bills, okay?
That's right.
So I'm thinking to myself, you know what? If the shit hits the fan, I got two choices, okay?
Number one.
I can keep the shit I got and work very, very hard.
Speaking of work, super chat.
Super chat, $10, Yankee Doodle. In business, there is a term, opportunity cost. You holding all that money in a redundancy of watches is madness. You need to sell all except two and start investing in stocks and growing wealth.
You are missing opportunity with that money all tied up.
Let me tell you something. See, what I tried to do was, with all these beautiful things, I was trying to attract the glances, the admiration of a very sophisticated, wealthy woman, see?
Yeah.
So these tools are props in my quest to find Mrs. $20 million.
You couldn't have gone with fakes?
No, definitely not. This is not a B grade movie. These are people who know. Okay.
It's not. It's, you know what? This is more like sort of like the Titanic. It's a disaster film.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to tell you is,
Yes.
by using these props, I can try and find my eternal happiness, which would be to find someone who's comfortable, who would like to take care of me, feed me, clothe me.
I thought that was going to be Tan there for a while.
Well, the Dr. Wang, I don't think there's any going back to Dr. Wang, is there? She would have done anything, but that was
Yes.
5 years ago, okay?
Yeah, she won't take my calls now. You fucked that up, and you know how.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
What about, okay, so let's have a think about this, right?
Yep.
What about, instead of actually I mean, I don't think working is that really cool. Do you want to work? Who wants to work?
Dude, you know what? My work doesn't even feel like work. Okay, another Yankee Doodle super.
Ah, Yankee Doodle, $5. You are delusional. Delulu.
Mhm.
It's your personality and charisma that will attract, not watches.
Exactly. I mean, these watches are not like premium squeeze juice traps in Bangkok. I think Yankee Doodle is onto something important.
Good point.
It's your good looks and your charm, your physique, your manliness, your masculinity,
Yeah.
your suave, debonair, James Bond-like attitude.
Yeah. I understand.
Well, the boys are having a good time with this topic. But I mean, look, if you were to convert these watches back to cash, we did run some numbers yesterday. No, day before. You ran numbers.
$1.20. We got $1.20. $1.20, we said.
We have 120,000 US coming in. And those were realistic figures. And now the big question is, what are we going to do with that?
Well, I tell you one thing for sure. I can pay off that fucking Geneva trip. Pay that off the credit card, don't you think?
Well, I mean, if you're paying any credit card debt whatsoever, you pay off your debts, starting with the highest interest loan first, right? Wouldn't you do that? What's your credit card rate? 22?
No, 13. I got low rates.
Yeah. Hey, do you have that deal in Australia where sometimes if you get a new card on special offer, you can transfer a balance for
Yeah,
zero?
but what happens is people keep transferring until eventually.
Yeah.
And what happens is usually the fine print is if you don't pay it off in time, it reverts to a special high interest rate.
Right, but they'll give you like 6 months or something like that.
6 to 12 months, correct.
Yeah.
But it actually impacts your credit score if you continually apply and close credit cards.
Well, I didn't say continually. How about just this one time and then pay it off? Take 6 months, pay it. I mean, if you're paying 13% interest, then you go down to 0% interest. It's a whole heck of a lot more money going into principal than interest. So it would be helpful. And if you haven't done that a bunch, then do it now.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have the same FICO credit scoring system that we have here? Is it the same?
No, we don't have FICOs here. We don't have that.
But you must have a scoring system. Otherwise, how do they know if you're credit worthy for a loan?
They look at your income, your serviceability, and they look at if you've defaulted on things. So they've got a certain criteria. It's not quite a number like it is in America.
Yeah, here it's a number from, like, I don't know. I think the highest is 850, 870, maybe 900. I don't even think it goes to 900. Anyway, what do you think? Transfer all that debt, get a 0% credit card, and then.
Well, I'm going to write out the financial year. The financial year ends June 30, so we're in May, middle of May now. What is the highest? Here we go. I want to answer this question. Highest credit score in USA.
I'm kind of close to that. Whatever that
850.
number is.
Yeah, there we go. The highest possible credit score is 850, according to most scoring models.
I'm very close.
Except for super rich, 900 or 1,000 to billionaires. 1,000 for billionaires. There you go.
Crazy. I mean, you know what happens if you get like really, really financially comfortable and really financially rich? Your credit score could go down because you don't use any credit whatsoever.
Yes, actually, Dave Ramsey has a terrible credit score because he apparently doesn't.
Yeah, and he always says that you don't need a
borrow.
credit score. You need money. But I, on the other hand, like charging things to my credit card for miles and points and stuff like that, and then I just pay off my card and I keep the miles. And Dave Ramsey doesn't like that at all because he says most people cannot be trusted.
It's snakes for look. Snakes for the middle class. That's what he says.
That's right. Nonetheless,
so I gotta say something. Have you ever had financial troubles yourself where you thought, "Fuck, I gotta make a few changes," or you've been fortunate enough not to be there?
No, I mean I've had periods of worry and concern. I know what that feeling in your, I know about that feeling.
Feelings of worry and concern. Would you get rid of the boxes if you were me?
What I would do is, if look, let me make it simple. It is much easier to affect your expenses than it is to affect your income. Theoretically, you have control over your expenses even more than you do over your income. So when your income is scaring
what makes me sad is, Mark, look at this beautiful set. I just think I could look at this for hours, mesmerized.
Yeah, but you know what when I look at that, you know what I see? I see $120,000 of financial security. That's what I see. Or you better start eating rice. Hey, guess what? Yankee Doodle being the hero again tonight gives us a super chat for your consideration.
Third super chat, $5. Trade the world time for a basic Calatrava and keep the bluesy, and you're done. Everything else is pay down debt and I don't want to invest. I'm too old to invest.
Well, pay off. How much? Look, I mean, I don't know how much of you want to reveal, but like, what is your just other than your mortgage, but HELOC, consumer debt? Let's talk about consumer debt that's not mortgage.
There's the car.
Well, that's a lease, though, right?
Well, technically, no, it's not a lease. Actually, they call it something else here. But
do you have a car loan? In other words, you own it outright, but you have a car loan.
At the end of the term, if I meet certain criteria, I can give it back.
Yeah, it's some form of lease. So let's ignore that one.
But I technically own it. The leasing company doesn't. I'm
okay. All right, but let's not take that into consideration for a quick moment, and let's also not count like
it's called a BMW full circle. Okay, that's what it's called.
Well, we don't have that, but let's just take that out of the consideration.
No, it's a guaranteed buyback. It's a guaranteed buyback at the end of the term, and you can either trade it in. Yeah. Hand it back. If it's worth less than what the buy value is, you can hand it in and walk away. Or if it's worth more, they'll give you the difference.
Yeah, but is there an interest rate on that loan?
I never checked.
Oh, they just gave you a payment and you said, okay, fine. It's
6.99, 7%.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So let's say that we leave that one alone, and you're paying 13% on the credit card. What's the HELOC percentage?
HELOC is 6, under 6.
In which case, then pay off that credit card right away. That's the one.
I'm going to start selling a few things. How do I sell things in this shit market now? It's very
You
very
list
tough.
them and then wait. It's like fishing. If you don't throw the hook in the water, you don't know what's going to happen.
I'm going to wait.
I
tell you what my plans are. Okay.
To talk about it, but not do it.
I'm going.
Sorry, couldn't resist.
JT says if BMW can disable it because you don't make payments, you don't really own it, Arch.
You might have a point. You know what they do here, those fuckers, BMW? They give you 2 years free of heated seats, and then after that...
Oh, you got to pay for it, yeah.
I will never buy any car that comes with any kind of subscription other than the radio. If I've got features on that fucking car, they are mine. And if they expect me to pay a subscription to use my auto unlock or my remote start or my heated seats, they can go fuck themselves. I would never buy that car. So BMW is out. Although, I don't know, they might have gone back on that in this country. They tried it, and I think they got, reamed. So I don't even know if they still do it.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, if you're an asshole.
Most BMW buyers are assholes, okay? It's like Porsche buyers.
No, I'm talking about the car company. the car company is run by a bunch of cunts, then
Oh, and you think General Motors and Ford aren't? Sorry.
Listen, they're all after the maximum amount
They
of money.
flew their private jets down to Congress to plead for government bailout.
Yeah, well, that's undoubtedly true. But if they give me a heated seat, I get to use it for the lifetime of the vehicle. I don't have to pay them to use it. That's just super offensive to the American mentality anyway.
Mark, I look at my financial situation. I did a few stupid things. Okay. I kind of leveraged the business. I thought, you know what? Oh, sorry, Mark's talking to his friend. That's okay. He's okay.
All right, sorry. The kitten spends unreasonable amounts of money on speaking about money, on these things. Now, do you know what this is, Archie?
Speedball, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's this is actually
a bath bomb.
Right. How much was this, babe?
$15.
$9. $9. Yeah. You throw it in the bath, and that's a $9. That's a $9 bath.
Yeah, but it's got special. It's got mineral. Oh, nice Cartier. It's got nice.
Kid, oh yeah, we'll show you. When I was a kid, if I was lucky, my mother would squirt some detergent.
You used to put dishwashing liquid in.
Yeah, and that was like the big deal. These kids today, they're so spoiled. Okay, we're in the Cartier, darling, the Cartier Santos. Green dial, except for it never, ever, hardly, well, it does now, but it almost never looks green. Now, where were we in the financial bankruptcy discussion?
Wait, did you like this one?
Yes.
What we were discussing was we were also discussing, look, so I put a lot of money into the business. I thought, you know what? You can't make money without spending money. You got to spend money to make money. That's what I thought.
Well, right? You keep saying that, but how's that working for you?
Okie dokie.
I mean, I'm just saying, well, look, tell me this. Your HELOC's got pretty low rate. Your car's got a pretty low rate. For a credit card, your credit card's pretty low, but it's double all your other rates. How much is on that card?
Which card?
Okay. How many credit cards are you carrying a balance on?
3.
Ooh. And what are their percentages? We know one's 13. What are the APR?
I don't know. I like positive talk, okay?
I'm trying to help. And we got to talk about numbers at some point here. This is a numerical problem.
Yes.
But okay, we can stop. It's all right. But if I were you, I would get rid of all credit card debt. Pay it down. Pay it down.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait till June 30. I'm gonna do my figures up.
And you're gonna rob Peter to pay Paul. Good idea. I like it. I'm with you.
Just check someone's here. 1 minute.
Would anybody here besides Yankee Doodle like to bail Archie out of his? I mean, I don't even know how to sell you guys on it. I mean, you know what? For $100, I'll scream my lungs out and probably cough up my epiglottis. How about that? Just like call, $100. Hell, even 50. But that's all I got. I don't know where he's gone, fellas. All right, so back to my Cartier. I got like the first green one that was ever delivered in the Midwest. So they were very kind of that. Yeah, I like it too. And because I bought it, the sales associate who sold me this very quickly thereafter called me up and asked me if I wanted a root beer. I said, hell yeah. So this was my gateway into the root beer, even though
you got a root beer.
I did. And
you still got it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. Two-tone root beer. It's beautiful. But I think it was because I bought this Cartier, that she sold me that root beer. I'm thinking.
Lincoln, stinking Lincoln. I like Lincoln, stinking Lincolns, don't
you? I do. I had it. Do you know what the oil change cost today?
No, How much? You go to Jiffy Lube?
Well, that kind of, I think I went to Grease Monkey, it's called. But yeah, we have all that same stuff. And I think they're using silicone, not water-based, but it is not strawberry flavored. Anyway, you know, they did the old, hey, look at your filter, your cabin filter. It was like super nasty. So I'm like, okay, fine, give me a new one. So that and 6 quarts of synthetic oil was $150.
That's nothing. What the fuck are you whinging about?
Really? I thought it was pricey. Okay.
Fucking nothing. Fuck me dead.
Super.
I thought you were going to say $700. My God, that's nothing.
No, that
Mike Howard, $10. Lux
$10.
Jewelers loves Archie.
Lux
Thank
Jewelers.
you, Mike.
Who's Lux Jewelers?
Howard.
Mike, tell us more about Lux.
That's a jewelry store in America who watches some of my stuff.
How nice. How nice. I don't know. The building where I go, which is now Grease Monkeys, it was a Jiffy Lube, and then it became a Lube Pro, and now it is a Grease Monkey. I don't know what it is about that location, but it changes hands and names like every 2 years. But my car just goes to that particular building when it's Thursday.
You don't take it to the dealer? Don't they have dealer servicing?
Yeah, but I never go to the dealer for lube because I'd have to make an appointment. It's far, pain in the ass. So for oil,
I thought you had a service plan that's included in, isn't it?
No. I have a warranty, which is for repairs. But you could prepay service, but when you do that, you're prepaying all those fucking tune-ups that you don't actually need, and flushes that you don't really need. So no, I buy that as I go. Yeah.
I've actually got a service pack on the BMW, but I get extra oil changes done.
Well, that's good. I mean, I just do it when the car tells me to do it, which I think theoretically on synthetic you could go 10,000, but I only go, I think, 6.
Okay.
Whenever my car says it's time, I just go. It always alerts me, and then I go. And I think it's 6.
How do you? I would be keeping that Lincoln. Don't trade it at the moment. Economy's not great.
It's not good. I've been looking. You know what? Maybe the next one will be an Audi, but I don't like electric cars, so forget the 3 and the 4. So it's either the Q or the 6. So it's the Q5 or the Q7. But the Q7 is a 7-passenger, and I think I'd like to go down a size and not have a full size 7-passenger. So it looks like the Q5, but it's got kind of a little engine. So I don't know. It's got a 4.
Yeah.
Whereas the 7's got a 6. So I don't, choices. Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. It's a tricky thing. I got to be honest with you, Mark. What I'm thinking about doing is I'll sell a lot of stuff off.
Yeah, you're gonna have.
I want to keep some. What would you keep out of this tray here? What would see?
Well, Yankee Doodle.
What would your theme be? What would your theme be? Would you say, look, keep a gold watch, a dress watch, a diver, a chrono, all
right, I told you what I would do.
A chronograph, a GMT, a dive. How would you work out what you keep and what you flip?
You have a picture of the Louis Vuitton roll with 3 watches in it. You just showed us one, but this isn't the one I was thinking of. You had one where in it you had the Breguet Type 20. The bluesy, and then something in steel. I'm just trying to remember what that steel one was. And I thought that was a perfect. That was a 3-piece combo meal deal because you had all the metals and all the brands.
Oh, I see.
What was that? I don't even think it was the Panerai, but the Panerai would do for that steel piece because it's not a real expensive piece. But it's a real well-known brand, and it looks good on your wrist. But anyway,
actually, what I had was so okay. I remember that photo. I'm just trying to find it. Just give me a moment, please, sir. So what I was okay. So let's just have a look. What do you think of this as a 3-piece? Because this could be doable. You tell me yes or no. I'm going to bring it up on the screen now. Yes, no, maybe. You tell me. You're the expert, Marky.
No,
yes, no, maybe. 3-piece, 3 Bregs. That's it.
No. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Danger, Will Robinson. No, because you're keeping too much expensive stuff, and then it's all Breguet. You're not just a Breguet man. You're only a Breguet man. And
that's only 40 US. That's only 40 US. That
you don't have anything robust.
The Type 21. It looks robust.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little deli. It's, you know, it's a Breguet. It's got to be babied a little bit. Nope, that is not your 3-piece combo meal deal, sir. It is not.
Okay. Okay.
I'm telling you, it's the one on the right. That's the Type 20, right?
That's actually a Type 21, to be completely honest with you.
Type 21. We need the Type 21, the Traditional, and the enamel dial. There you go. The Type 21 stays, the bluesy, and then a steel piece.
So how do I sell this shit? Do you understand how hard it is to dump this fucking stuff at the moment? It's not only me who's in the financial garbage can. Do you understand that? It's not only me who's in the financial bucket. You think everybody's buying now, do you? Oh, is that right? Sorry, Marky. Everyone's buying easily, are they?
They're on consignment with the guys you bought them from. You deal with all those watch dealers who made you good deals. Now they just got to take them back. And there's no rush. Do it on consignment. Selling is harder than buying. That's true. But you deal with watch dealers. So just deal with watch dealers. Let them know these are available and see what happens. But you got to pick your 3.
I understand. You know how difficult that is to do or not?
I do know. That's why we're going to dedicate this whole show. We're going to dedicate it to just that.
I want to show you my answer. Can I give you an answer or not?
Is it baby cow? Go ahead. Show me your answer.
I'm going to bring up an answer for you. Say yes, no, maybe.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
This is what I want in my life. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Breguet. And that's the lady who's going to help bail me out of my shit.
Okay, look, if it's just his and hers, and that's everything, then you're going to collect about 95,000 US by selling everything else, including the Patek and the other 2 Breguets, and you're still a Breguet man.
Would you lose respect for me if I sold off all of my stuff?
No, I would think you'd come to your senses.
Would you lose respect, but for the pontiff? Would I?
No,
it would be Pontiff Emeritus. It's like that Pope who fucking resigned before he was knifed.
Did you?
know that?
Did you see?
He's still alive, isn't he? That German guy's still alive, isn't he?
Oh no, he has to be. I don't know. I don't think so.
He's still alive.
The Nazi? Listen, I'm not. I don't know. I think how could he be alive? He's outliving all these real popes. Did you see the movie where the guy went hiking and he got his arm caught between 2 boulders and he was going to die out there? So he cut off.
I read the book. Actually, that guy. Oh no, he died 31st of December 2022.
Long gone. 95.
Oh, that was Pope Benedict.
Yeah, the only Nazi Pope we've ever had. Okay, so
he wasn't really a Nazi. Let's hang on.
He was in the Hitler Youth and the Wehrmacht.
Yeah, but I think everybody had to join Hitler Youth. It wasn't really optional. Do you understand? It's like,
all right, super chat.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying or not?
Well, I do know, but I also know the Hitler Youth took the personal pledge of allegiance to Adolf Hitler. Super chat.
Yeah,
they had
Dr. Jew Tio, $8. Sending your mags now. Dealer offering retail for white dial, steel sky dweller. Good deal or not? Look, Dr. Dr. Joe.
Yeah, I was going to say, stop saying Jew when we're talking about Nazis.
I'm trying to pronounce it. His surname, his first name, Dr. Joe Tio. Look, Jew. I think myself, you're a doctor. You do very well. I would be very careful if you really want the white dial. I had one. They're a beautiful watch. No questions. At retail, you know what? It's still expensive. It's still an expense. It's a lot of money. Would you be able to get out of it? Probably not. But if you really want it and it completes the itch, go for it. It's a beautiful watch.
Doc, is it on Jubilee or is it on Oyster? Because they offer it on both. I would like it much better on Jubilee.
Oh, I had mine on. I liked it on Oyster, but that's okay.
The Jubilee ones, for whatever reason, just like with the GMTs, they go for a bit more money, and so they're just a bit more resellable. Is why I asked. So you could just tell us that in the comments, Doc. But a Sky Dweller is a thing of beauty, provided I think you've got at least a 6 3/4 inch wrist or pushing 7. because it is a big fat date dust. It is. It is not. It does not wear small. It wears pretty big. Anyway, just a thought.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying there, Marky.
Big fat.
Okay. Let's have a look here.
The doc says it's on an oyster. So
yeah,
you know
oysters.
what?
Look, I like it on, but Doc, I got to be honest with you, Doc. Do you really need it? You've got a couple Pateks. I know him. He's in. Do you really? I would be careful. I wouldn't look.
Get the blue or the green if you want mine.
Doc. I don't know your financial situation, right? But you probably have a $3 million mortgage. I'd pay that fucker down.
Well, you're not going to do that with $16,000 US, but it will buy you a skydweller.
I'd give you a month's payment. A month payment.
Well, true. Couple months, I guess. Anyway, what I would do is I'd ask for on a Jubilee the green or the blue, and I'd feel a lot happier than the white.
These are both rose. Those two watches on the screen.
It's a good watch.
They are both rose gold, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, we got the ladies and the gents. They're both a little special in their own way.
Yeah. I took this photograph in the toilet, by the way. I don't know if you guys wouldn't see the humor in that, but yes.
We would have never known had you not told us.
Yeah. And I'll just show you another pic. You like seeing this sort of stuff, don't you?
Yeah, but I'm looking for that combo meal deal. The three.
Look at how's that? That's the 3.
Yeah, but that's 2 ladies and a gents.
Well, that's her wealth compared to mine.
Yes, I double.
Triple.
Well,
it's Rolex, Breguet. You try selling Breguet.
So why are you looking for a woman with 20? You got one with 5. Be happy.
You always want more, Mark. You know what I mean?
You know what? That's what she said. Talking about your theme song.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's
I'll
show you. You want to see some views? I'll show you some views. Do you want to see some views?
Oh, sure. Let's see. Oh,
okay, this is from her apartment.
Is that a nice little park?
That's inside the apartment. Uh-huh. I bought those bears for her, by the way.
Did you?
It's a comfortable apartment. You like it or not?
Yeah, it looks good.
That's the sofa. I can sleep on the sofa, see?
I mean, it's a bit wrinkly, that cover. I don't know what's with that cover.
Oh, that's just...
And then there's the balcony.
If you're using that silicone lube, you don't want to get it on the leather.
I see. Good point. Hey, listen, I do notice
that. That's outside. What do you think of that?
Great view. Just go back one. Back 2. Because there. Now, it's the balcony. I'm noticing on that balcony, I think that's where you that's where you dry your clothes. You wash your clothes, but you dry them on the balcony in Asia.
Yes.
That's mostly what it's for. Or you can make the maid sleep out there. Either way. Or both. Usually there's a water hook. Is there a water hookup out there on that?
I actually have sat down here whilst I've actually sat out here many times.
Nice.
That's the view. What do you think of the view?
Oh, it's lovely. Is the building owned by Evergrande?
No.
That building's in good shape.
That's Hong Kong over there. That's Hong Kong at the hills, believe it or not.
Oh, look at that. So it's a very desirable location. But what's happening over there with real estate? We keep hearing that it's imploding.
Very tough. Very tough. Look, the big cities are okay. I will show you some. She did help me out. I had a bit of financial. Can I show you what I sold her?
Yeah. Ooh.
There you go. I sold this to her.
Is that a Birkin?
No, it's the garden party I had. I sold it to her. Mm. I needed the money.
Did you give her like a good price? Family discount?
No, I did. I gave it to her. I put it this way. I didn't exactly make money on it, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you converted it back into cash. It's a good thing.
Yeah. It's a beautiful bag, actually.
You like women's bags and shoes. Look how dapper you are.
Yeah. Those were the days, Marky.
Well,
that's her limousine, by the way.
But it's recent. Aren't these pictures recent?
That's her limousine.
Yeah, but when was the picture?
couple months ago.
Yeah. So this is all recent stuff.
What does that mean? I don't understand.
Well, you said those were the days, like they're gone. You know, this is your current reality, though. You could go back.
Yes.
You know, it wasn't long ago, and I'm sure you'll be back soon. When are you going?
Do you want to see some personal photos or not?
Of course. I think that the punters would love to. How personal? Oh, wait. You're not talking about those boudoir pictures again?
No. No.
I feel like
Marky.
those are a little private. I'm just saying I've seen them, and they are very attractive in their way. But
Here we go. No, these are personal. This is when she took me out to lunch. Okay, can I show you the lunch photo?
you can, and then tell me if you want Mike Hawk to make an appearance via the mug, or if he's just too annoying. You can decide.
Okay, I'll bring it up. Well, why isn't it coming up?
That's what she said. That's exactly what she said.
There we go. Okay, there we go. Oh, BTX 2 euros. Opinion on the Oyster Perpetual 41mm silver dial. You know what? Beautiful watch, but fuck silver dial.
It is the least.
And I like it. Oyster Perpetual 41mm.
It's the unloved
You
dial.
want the fucking green. You want the coral red. You want the yellow. Even the blue. But you don't
now there's a
want
pistachio.
the fucking silver.
There's
That's
pistachio.
like, let me explain what that is. That's like going to a steakhouse and ordering spaghetti.
Chopstick.
I'm
chopstick.
sure it's going to be good spaghetti. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. But that's not the fucking point. Does that make sense, Marky?
It does. I think that was
Do
the
you
best way to-
understand what I'm saying? Please tell me. Now, I just want to show you a couple little pics here. I'll just show you a couple pics.
You have a way of expressing yourself. It's very well put. Well said. Thank you.
I'll just show you a couple pics. So this is, she took me out.
To the Grand Hyatt.
Very lovely. Very lovely. This is actually a really nice restaurant. I got to tell you.
I think you have to be careful with her. I was just looking at that picture. She's very svelte.
Oh no, she's lovely. She's very kind to me.
Yeah, she's a tiny slip of a lass. And you're a big
Oh no,
one.
she's really nice. Here we go. I'll show you. That's inside there.
Yeah.
That's her bodyguard. We've got a bodyguard. She travels with a bodyguard. Fuck me dead. Bodyguard and driver. I didn't know it was that dangerous in Shenzhen, you know?
Well, is it?
Have you ever heard of that before?
Has that guy ever told you to get your hands off? My boss.
No.
Maybe he's only around when you're around.
No.
You know, Jimmy, you know, it's kind of a little bit what yeah. Okay.
I'm just going to show you some more pictures. Just show you a couple more. Just hang on. I'm just jumping to the
boys are vicious today. The boys are vicious.
Okay, here we go. Have a look at this. This is inside. That's the restaurant.
Well, I mean, it looks like any hotel anywhere, right?
Okay, nothing special.
Well,
Okay.
no, it looks like a nice hotel anywhere.
Okay, thank you. Jeez. Yeah, okay, it does. It's a Grand Hyatt, for God's sake.
Yeah, no. You know what?
There we
Have you
go.
been to the Grand
Ferraris
Hyatt?
there.
Arch, have you been to the Grand Hyatt at Nana
Louis
Plaza,
the-
Bangkok?
There we go. Louis the 13th. That's the restaurant we go to. That's
just saying-
the wine selection.
Oh, that's nice.
It's called La Teresa.
Have you been to the Grand Hyatt Nana Plaza?
No.
It's very nice. It's like exactly like this.
There we go. That's me. I'm happy, okay? I don't have
Of course you are. Breakfast buffet. You know what? They do such a nice. I bet you skip the kanji and go right for the meats and cheeses.
Yes. How did you know that?
Because I know you.
Okay, so I'll show you what we had there, right? I'll show you.
Are there seafood options?
Actually, yeah, no, there is seafood option. Just hang on one tick. I'm just calling it up.
Do you know what Vintinier told me about this Cartier today?
What's that?
He said it was too civilized for me, and I need to like sell it, give it back because like it's too nice for me.
This is the pizza. See the pizza there?
Right.
That's in RMB. RMB. It's Chinese currency.
Yeah,
Divided.
like? What's the exchange rate though? Help us out. Alexa, how many RMB is $1?
$1 can be exchanged for 47.62 renminbi, based on the most recent exchange rate.
46? Well, shit, then that gelato is only like 75 cents.
Although there is some variation depending on the time.
100 RMB.
It's like $2.
100 RMB is $14 US.
Oh, well, then we got this wrong. I see. Well, then this place is not crazy expensive, but for there, it is, right?
Yeah. So I'll show you what that's the breads they give you for free with garlic. Do you like that garlic clove?
Yeah, sure. You squish the garlic,
The oils.
squeeze it.
You know the oils there. Look.
Now they give it to you for free as a appetizer.
Well, at this place, nothing is free. Yes, it's free, but I mean, it's in the bill, isn't it? Come on, let's not. Okay, how's that? That's an entree. What do you think? Prosciutto.
Okay. Is this breakfast?
You don't like that?
Dinner, breakfast? What is this? That's an appetizer if it's dinner. That's not a breakfast. That's
What about that? That's
mashed
the
potatoes.
That's the lamb. The lamb.
Nice presentation, except for the dribble, but otherwise very nice.
And we had broccoli as well.
Kind of not nicely presented, but serviceable.
Okay, that's
good. Prosciutto. Oh.
And that's the takeaway one for me. She always gets a takeaway one for dinner tonight, for snack tonight. How's that?
But she doesn't have to cook for you.
Well, she has servants. She doesn't She doesn't do cooking.
So that Cato doesn't have to cook for you.
The staff. They have staff. Okay.
You know what? Jimmy has another good point. He wants to know did you learn from Kelso? Don't fill up on the bread, Paul.
Yeah. So I got to be totally honest with you.
Frank.
In all honesty, that was a lovely meal. She's very kind to me.
Are you like nostalgic about certain foods?
Her husband is also really good to me.
Wait a minute, I thought he was dead. That was the narrative.
Lady I stay with. I don't do anything dodgy. They're a couple. I just stay with. They like to have international people of mystery stay with them occasionally.
This is extremely confusing now. You've just flipped the narrative on its belly. You've just gone, bing.
It's what it is. But the business is fucked. There's no point lying anymore. Come on. Who the fuck would want to fuck me in Asia? Seriously. I'm 53, 30 kilos overweight. My hair is falling out in clumps. I'm using silicone lube.
What for?
Come on. I have a bit of a dryness issue, okay? Fucking hell.
Do you mean to say you can't make a woman wet or you can't get wet?
Mark,
never
it's
done
none of
it.
your business, okay?
You're the one waving around strawberry flavored lube.
Mark, I got to tell you seriously.
Hold on. Could you please tell us the difference between Mrs. Lai and I are doing it and her husband's dead? And these are her dead husband's watches, or Mrs. Lai and her husband are very nice people and they just like to entertain foreigners now and again.
Exactly.
Jesus H. Christ, I never know what to believe with you. Super chat.
Here we go. We've got BTX €6. The silver dial OP is the only one that works. It bullshit. It works as a dress watch. Well, it's a compromise. Okay, it's a fucking green dial and other colors work only as a sports watch. Look, you know what, BTX? They suck. This is what the dealers told them.
Wait.
The silver has gold hands, doesn't it?
Wait.
Call it up. I'll call it up.
Call it up. But here's my thinking on this watch. BTX, if they called you and said, hey, do you want this? Then tell them to go fuck themselves. But if that's what you asked for because you like it, then naturally take it. I'm kind of on Archie's side on this. It's the one that nobody notices or loves or cares. It's the unloved, redheaded stepchild of the range. But if it's what you like, then that changes everything.
It's boring as fuck. Do you understand that or not?
Yeah, but if you like it, it's a Rolex. There's no bad Rolex. It's just less good than the green one. Or the red one. Or the pink one. or the Tiffany.
These were actually selling for a premium because it's got the gold hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's-
not anymore though. They're not so much now, I don't think. Although this is the new one. This is the new reference.
Isn't that the 41?
Yes, but they changed the reference number at Watches and Wankers this year. You were there for it.
Yeah,
And
yeah. But look, is that
Mine-
okay? So let's just go back. Okay, let's have a look here. So what's the standard one? This here is the standard one, isn't it?
well, you should
This
be
is
on
the
the
old
Rolex.
reference 12343000.
That's the old one. Now, mind you, the new one, it's almost
Okay, this is it here. That's a nice photo. Look at that.
Yeah, but the old.
How can
the
you
new
tell
one,
it's the old one? You know how you can tell?
the crown?
It's the double at the 6, isn't it?
I don't know. Go look at the new one.
The what?
Look at the new one. Go on Rolex.com.
Yeah, I
look at the
will.
new one. I think it's going to have a double
Oh,
at
no,
6
it's got
also.
it too.
Yeah, it would. I think so. I do believe it has a new movement, and they changed the lugs
Is it?
a little bit. They changed the lugs. They refined it a little.
Okay, but this watch here, seriously, you know what? Seriously, BTX, it's fucking boring, man. I'm sorry. The whole point of buying the Oyster Perpetual, you're getting stuck with no date. It's just a simple automatic. It's to get that fucking funky colors. What's the point of getting the non-funky color one? You know what I mean? The whole point of buying look, if you want a silver dial thing, buy a fucking Datejust. Wouldn't you say,
but they're-
Mark?
Well, not necessarily. This is a great bargain, I think, in Rolex. I think they're terribly
No,
underrated.
but the whole point of buying an Oyster Perpetual is so you get that beautiful colored dial. You want the blue, the red.
No,
That's
because
what you fucking want.
a lot of people on date just get a champagne or a silver dial anyway. Actually, I think the champagne dial, which is even more boring than this, is the most popular dial.
Have a look. Have a look. Look at these here. You want that blue Tiffany, the yellow, the green. The celebration dial is amazing.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah,
me
that's
dead.
gone.
If you can get
I
one
saw
of
one
those.
for
Look at this.
I saw one for sale recently
no.
for 23,000. The celebration, the jelly bean. I believe the credit
What I'm
card
trying to
company-
say is, so these came out 2020, right? This is when.
Hmm.
And I mean, seriously, man, this is what you fucking want. If you're going to buy I'm not trying to be a cunt, right? Because it could be easier to say to you, yeah, grab it. Now, actually, that's the disc. That's the 41. That's the discontinued 39. So they went to the gold hands. But what I'm trying to tell you is, fuck, look at this here. I reckon for me, ignoring money, right? If I could have any one, you know what I would pick, Mark?
Tiffany.
I'd actually go for the green, Tiffany next, yellow third, red fourth, blue fifth, black sixth, and the silver would be the last.
You know what? I've got 3 of these, and nobody needs 3 of these, but I have.
What color have you got, Mark? What color
I
have
have
you got?
I have that
Tiffany?
bright blue. Hold on. I've got the top middle, which is the
Yep.
blue. I've got the green, and I have the Tiffany.
Well, that's probably the best 3, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree. Well, of that year. Now, there are some other.
Would you want the yellow? If the yellow or the coral came up, would you get them?
No, you know what? No, I. That's why. Also, why I didn't buy the.
You know what?
Celebration.
I must say one thing. My wife had the blue, right?
Mhm.
In a 28. That blue is really, really special. It is so beautiful. That
It's
blue.
sunburst. It's a sunburst. It's beautiful.
No, but it's
beautiful.
not. It's just the tone of the blue. It's done
beautiful.
so nicely.
Yeah.
It's really elegant, and I just think the silver. Look, BTX. I'm not here to make it easy for you. The silver sucks. Why would you buy the silver? You know. Now, admittedly, I had a silver Datejust, which I actually came to love. It had stick markers.
See,
I
isn't that
love
boring.
it, but
It's a boring dial. Why'd you own it? Why'd you love it? Why can't he love it?
it came. I buy things secondhand, but I actually loved it because it was crisp and it was beautiful. It was a Datejust. Datejust 16234, 36 mil Datejust. I had this about 15 years ago. But let me say this to you, okay? Let me say this to you.
Say it.
Silver OP, man, you buy the OP to get the fucking funky colors. That's the whole point. It's like having, okay, getting this OP is like getting cheeky socks. You know, you go to a job, you're a banker or you're a lawyer, but you can wear cheeky socks. That's what this watch is. So you're just going to go with gray socks or brown or blacks. Fuck me, Dad. Come on, man. It's like this, right? This watch here is like having a Superman tattoo on your shoulder, man. It just gives you superpowers.
Look, Keith disagrees with you. Read that one.
Silver dial is the absolute best. Only one with gold. Yes, very special watch. Well, Keith, it just doesn't do anything for me.
By the way, we should read this member chat.
Member for 34 months. To us, he's beautiful.
Now, by the way, he means you, because when you were talking about who wants a 54-year-old man with clumps of hair falling out, blah, 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 and that's what he was saying. You're beautiful to us. I don't know if the punters will fully agree with that, but Vincent, George, you are a man among men. You're a prince.
So, Marky, I mean, seriously, the whole point of getting an Oyster Perpetual is to get the fucking crazy dials. Would you have bought a silver one, Mark? Tell me, just your opinion. Yes, no, maybe.
No. For the reasons that you said, it's too boring. I would not. Ooh, we've got Erwin.
Hello, no sound, Erwin. Oh, sorry, Erwin.
Now you're muted.
Now he's muted. Unmute.
Unmute and talk. Nothing. So go to your settings now and play with those.
What mics he got selected? I love Erwin. He's just such a nice guy.
Let's look at Erwin's struggle to figure out his settings. He's wearing a nice watch.
What's he wearing? What's he wearing? Is that a Tudor or a Rolex?
I believe that's a Rolex Submariner.
Oh, it's a submarine. It's a Tudor Black Bay. It's blue, I think.
Well, we definitely can't hear you.
We got Bob Weeham, 2 Swiss francs. What do you think of the OP puzzle? Fucking love it, man. I love the puzzle, don't you? Mark, you like the puzzle, the OP puzzle?
Yeah. That's
oh, fuck.
Oh, wait.
What do you prefer, the puzzle or the celebration dial more?
There is, what do you mean the OP puzzle? The puzzle is a day date. It is not an OP. So I'm confused from that by that super chat.
Okay.
I don't understand. Unmute yourself, Erwin. Let me play with your settings on my end. All right, now let me see what
P Clan, member for 30 months. Happy birthday to our friend Bear Clooney watches. Fuck.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Yes.
I think I fixed it on my end. I don't know why it was like that, but you're
Awesome.
Nice.
Archie, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
To me, you are so beautiful. Can't you see? You're everything I hope for.
Happy birthday to Bear Clooney there.
It's Bear Clooney's birthday? That's exciting. Why doesn't he come on? Bear, come on so we can sing to you.
We miss Bear.
Yeah.
We do miss Bear. And when we missed you, when where you been? What's going on? What's happening?
I've been busy, but I do come on occasionally on Saturday or Friday where you are.
All right.
Occasionally, but I've been busy recently. Yeah.
No excuses. Just get here more. It'll be fine. But
yes, to help Archie out there. Yeah.
Don't make me do this by myself. Nobody misses Bear Clooney more than moi.
Definitely. Understood.
Hey, I want to ask you, Erwin, if you were buying an OP 41, what do you think? The silver dial. What's your? Please give me your opinion. What's your opinion? Silver dial? Yes, no, maybe. What do you? I think it's the least out of all the OP 41s. The two that mean nothing to me would be the silver and the black. Everything else,
then nothing.
What do you think, Erwin?
It's a tough choice. It's a very personal choice, isn't it? I see your point. I mean, you want it to be you want it to pop up, you know, the colors. But I also understand that it's to some they're probably more serious, so they probably prefer a more serious color in terms of personality. So it's a tough choice, I would say.
We've got Bob Weeham, 2 Swiss francs. Where to buy platinum day date puzzle? I don't think they do it. They don't do a platinum puzzle, do they?
Puzzle.
There is no puzzle. The day. Oh yeah, there we go. Day. No, you can't buy. They don't come in platinum. I'm pretty sure they only came in gold. Bob.
It's only 36 as well. It's only 36.
And in gold.
Oh no, what's this?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
white gold? What the hell is this?
I don't know. Well, that's a good question. What is
Maybe.
that? That could
That's
be
white
a.
gold.
Yeah, but make sure
gold.
it's not a custom dial. Anyway, there are no good prices. on this, but
$289,000 fucking dollars.
There's your good price right there, $250,000. Yeah, there's no good price.
Fuck
on
me,
it.
Dad. That's crazy, don't you think?
Yes, but they probably
Erwin,
made like
Erwin,
10 of them.
Erwin,
Yep.
if I
Yo.
had to sell all my watches off for financial reasons, what would you keep? What do you think I should
one
do?
one watch or 3 watches?
3.
That's what I've told you, Archie. You keep 1 Rolex, 1 Breguet, and you keep that Speedy.
There you go. There's your gold, your two-tone, your steel.
Yep. Okay.
Super
Bob Weeham, 2 Swiss francs. Okay, white gold, but don't be a frugger, Mark.
Sorry, buddy. Look, I'm just saying you cannot get one of these at a good price. You will pay through the a-hole for it. You will be reamed. You will be sitting in the gynecological chair. The speculum will spread you wide open because there's probably only 100 made. I mean, it's super, super rare. So good luck. It's mind you, if you're in the market, I don't think it's going to lose value. But
And these are a 36 mil as well.
yeah. I'd
There's
rather
better
have a 41
options, don't you think?
with a stone dial. Give me something, Give me something for 45 instead of 245.
You know, stone dials these days have become more and more popular. Yeah.
Oh, they've always been, but they're really hard to get. There's just so few.
Here we go. We got a super chat. Rando
Yeah,
K-Paul.
Boop, stop
$2.
pushing that button.
He goes,
Stop.
good morning, Archie.
Morning, Rando.
Kapoor. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
No, I meant like the other brands are also doing like stone dial. There are more and more watches brands coming out with their stone dial version.
Rolex been doing that since the 60s,
Yeah.
but there's just not that many of them. And a lot of them are off catalog. And so the dealer, they never sit in the case at the dealer.
Did you see the Moser stone dial color?
Mm-mm.
No, what's the
Moses
Moses?
Stone
What's the Moses stone dial?
You can check it out. Let's check it out then. Moser
Bob
came out.
Weeham, $2. AC3 did Shenzhen Honey love you long? No, she was actually a high-ranking government official. It wasn't a paid relationship. This was a real person.
Well, did she love you long? Did she love you a long time?
Left you long time.
Well, she would. She would, but I'm kind of married. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God damn it. A minute ago, her husband was still alive, and they just liked entertaining foreigners. Now she would, but you're married. You know what? I can't.
There's another lady there.
If for
I got
anybody
another
who'd like to
lady
know
there.
why
There's
Bear
another
Clooney
lady.
quit,
No, I only see.
Anybody who wants to know why
Oh.
Bear Clooney quit, it's this. It's the ever-changing Archie.
Is this
You
the
never know.
stone dials you're talking about,
Those
Erwin?
are-
This is the
those are
stone
yeah,
dials.
that's right. That's a stone dial. Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful.
Now these are all tourbillons, aren't they? Some of them are tourbillons.
Well,
What
the
are
left
they,
one is the seconds.
Erwin?
Yeah, the far left, the left one is not the tourbillon watch. but that's not cheap either.
Stupid.
That's like
How much are the
30,000
That's
30,000
beautiful.
problem is-
Swiss franc.
Ooh.
3,500 Swiss franc. There you
small
go.
seconds is 30? Fuck me, Dad. That's. But what do you expect? These are finished so well. Erwin, are these finished better than FP Jaune, or what's your view?
Now the thing is, wow, FP Jaune. Well, the thing is with FP Jaune is they use precious metal on their movement, right? Most of the movement, the entire movements are actually based on precious metal. Finishing wise, in the past, I think FP Jaune takes the lead, but these days, I think FP Jaune, when it comes to finishing, it's not there. I think Moser may come close. Yeah. And the question is, will you be willing to pay for an FP Jaune when you have a Moser that's priced like this? Too serious.
I got to be honest with you. I think an FP Jaune itself is kind of the epitome of independent watchmaking. Would you go FP Jaune or Richard Mille?
Oh, FP Jaune, definitely. I'm sorry, but I'm not a really big fan of Richard Mille.
They look a little plasticky to me.
Well, yeah, and
I mean, I know there's a lot of ceramic and
yeah.
sapphire cases, and I mean, but you know, who wants a $500,000 watch? You just can't wear a $500,000 watch.
Why not? Why can't you? Can do
You just
anything
can't wear
you
it.
want.
You can't wear it anywhere. No, you can't. You just can't wear it anywhere. I mean, they're
not?
too, because people are either going to knock you over the head to steal it or think it's
I
fake.
don't even know what it is, Mark.
I guess.
I
but
know. I know a woman who wears $500,000 watch.
Really? Tell us
Richard
where
Mille to
she's
me, it's more.
She's
like
got a Patek, a 36
She have
mil.
she
Listen
have
to
a
this,
bodyguard?
36 mil. No, but it's a 36 mil perpetual calendar chronograph split second.
That's too much money for a 36.
It's not hers. Someone gives it to her to wear because she's just beautiful woman.
I see.
It's a muse. Have you heard of a muse? Do you know what a muse is?
I do. Yes. Well, as you know, as an author, you and I both each have a muse. We're fellow authors. The only difference is your muse died a long time ago of shame.
Boredom.
Shame. Your muse took a look at the return ratio of Luxury to Last on Amazon and, just hung herself.
At least they can reuse them, but can't they?
Yes, it's true. Sorry, I was channeling my inner Mike Hawk there. That was rude of me. I apologize. Couldn't help it. Clyde got in my head.
Oh man, Mark, your sense of humor.
So tell me, Erwin, Archie is considering new careers and money-saving techniques. At 53, is it too late for him to go to law school? I mean, it's only 3 years. He'll get out before he's 60, well before.
I don't think it is. We've got lawyers that are called to the bar. They are like in their 60s.
Now, does he need an undergraduate degree, or will life experience get him into law school?
No, he definitely needs an undergraduate degree.
Archie, how close are you to how many credits from Oxley do you have for your bachelor's degree or your bachelor's of science? How close are you?
Yeah, that might be a problem. Okay?
Erwin, is there a paper mill in Kuala Lumpur? Somebody you know from like the Universidad de KL that would hook Archie up with some transcripts. And
Unfortunately, that's going to be tough, Archie.
You could do it somewhere, like Azerbaijan. I mean, there's a place.
It's going to be tough. I there was once I did consider actually moving to Australia, and I did inquire what does it take for me to become a lawyer in Australia.
Yes.
So apparently, I've got to go back to law school.
Fuck!
Despite my experience. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about like 10 years 10 years, 12 years ago. Yeah, 15 years ago. Sorry. Yeah, they told me I've got to go back to law school. I've got to go back to sit for the papers, and yeah, that kind of put me off.
Hey, let's do this, Rich Mitch. Super chat.
Super chat.
I don't think you answered it.
Rich Mitch, £2. What model will Rolex 5 hertz movement go into next?
It's a good question because they're not going
Yeah.
to just put it in one.
I'm not sure they're going to do that, but
Really, just a movement for one model.
what do you think?
I think they got to put it somewhere else, don't they?
Yeah, they're probably going to move it to their Datejust because their Datejust is probably one of them. Is their most popular lineup. I mean,
They've got a 66-hour power reserve with that movement.
Yeah, but it's the technology of it.
The accuracy of it. That's
the accuracy, the escapement. Yeah, it only makes sense for them to.
That's in the Land Dweller. They use that. That's the caliber 7135, which is in the new Land Dweller, the Dyno Pulse Escapement. That's the new, which is actually a Breguet-based escapement. I don't know if you know that.
But if they put it in the Datejust, they should be able to make the Datejust thinner.
Voila.
So that seems like something that they might want to do.
I would think that makes sense because Datejust is their most popular lineup. Second to that, it's the Submariner. So,
if you were offered a Land Dweller, would you buy it?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Marky will. I don't know. Archie, I'm kind of like over with the face with Rolex. I'm kind of moving towards more independence. Yeah, independence.
Do you think Breguet is a stepping stone to independence? Like you have Rolex, you have those certain brands, then you go into like Breguet is kind of an independent you have when it's not an independent. You know what I mean? It's a Clayton's.
You know the whole purpose of going, or the whole reason going to, about what's going into independence is basically getting watches that aren't Rolex. That's independence. I mean, if you're willing to actually depart from Rolex and consider brands like Breguet, Blancpain, I think it is. You are like halfway there, moving towards the independent watches. I think in the end of the day, it's really getting watches that makes you smile, and that you really like, and not influenced by hype, what other people get. No, so I mean, coming back to that 3-piece watches that you're considering to keep, which one makes you smile the most, Archie?
And that's the one Clyde wants you to sell. Before we move on to that, we should knock out another couple super chats. How about this one?
Yeah.
And then Archie, I got to call my mom. So answer this one and and I'll be right back.
GB 50 Max sold off 3 of my watches to pay off my mortgage. Will need to get a paid review of my 3-piece meal combo deal maker. Kept Explorer 2, Pepsi, and Saab. Well done.
Wow.
Well done.
Kept all 3 sport watches.
Done.
That's a good selection. Good combo.
Actually, it's interesting. Sold off 3 of my watches to pay off the mortgage. Well, I suppose that's not a bad thing to do, really, is it? Hey.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing. I mean, no, he kept the Explorer 2, Pepsi, and Sub, right? So I wonder what 3 pieces did he sell?
Yes, tell us, GB.
Yeah, tell us, GB.
Yankee Doodle, I never graduated high school and have an 8-figure net worth. Fuck.
Wow, Yankee Doodle.
University is not the be-all and end-all. There are many people.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Incredibly well without university. You don't have to do that.
That's true. Yeah, it's really about grit and personality, right?
Exactly. That's exactly it. You've got to have grit. Grit is
Grit is key, important.
exactly. It's that's very, very true there. Bob Weeham, 2 Swiss francs. AC3, Trump tariffs effect on watch industry. Well, I don't think the tariffs are the big drama. The problem is that the economy has gone into fucking slowdown mode. I don't think the tariffs on watches is the big problem. The problem is he's effectively put the world economy into recession.
Well, people are just afraid to spend money these days because of tariff didn't have a direct impact on watches, but it does have an indirect impact through.
I mean, these are discretionary spend. It doesn't really matter what the price is, okay? But the problem is
people are just more careful.
They're very careful.
Yeah, so they just choose to.
How are you finding that in Malaysia? Is Malaysia like that? Like things are very, very careful. People are hesitant.
Yes, I think in Malaysia, even in Malaysia, in Asia, people tend to be very careful. They are weighing their options. You know, if I've got this X amount of money to spend, they're really, really like weighing and being very picky. You know. Just because an AD call up doesn't mean that they'll pull the trigger. Right?
No, I mean I think for a lot of Rolex too, like a lot of the gold Rolex, they're no longer over retail. A lot of the gold, like subs, are not over retail now. Gold sub, a lot of two tones. They're not as great as they were. It's tough, okay? It's very tough. And I think to be honest with you, I think the biggest drama is not so much the fact that prices are. It's not so much that the prices have gone up. Prices have been going up like crazy with cost of living. It's the fact that the economy is spooked. That's the problem. Okay?
Yeah, uncertainty. It does not like uncertainty.
Yeah, and I got to be honest with you, Marky. I want to say this to you. You're a Democrat. I got it wrong, Marky. I apologize. Okay, I'm sorry.
Fafo.
Well, I don't understand why Kamala Harris and Biden don't come out now and say, "Hey guys, how's the 100 days with Trump working out for you?"
I don't know. I mean,
why don't they come out like that?
It's a mixed bag. Listen, I know the guys are going to be jumping all over us now for that, comment that you made. But in reality, I think that a lot of this election, the ammo for this election was stupidly handed to Trump on a silver platter by the Democrats, by the Biden administration, which was stupidly awful on the border, just stupidly awful on the border. And that's something that people here care about. And he had 4 years to take care of that and never even touched it. So I guess we get what we deserve. And we, as far as the Democrats go, we kind of deserve this because the party just did absolutely nothing to take care of the border. And they just handed this election away. It was just stupid. And in fact, the Democrats are still incredibly ineffective. They're like doing nothing to create an effective opposition. We have no backbench. So people keep saying that the Republican Party is imploding, but I think if they are, they did that after the Democrat Party did. So I'm kind of partyless at this point. Partyless.
Yeah, I know what you're saying there. I got to tell you, we got another super chat. Let's catch up on the super chat. Alex McGregor, $5. Might sell black sub date and blue Milgauss for president or put towards a Royal Oak. Thoughts? Want a banger piece? I don't know if I'd be selling a black sub date and a blue Milgauss for a president. What are you talking, a 41 president? Are you talking a 36? What are you talking about? And as for the Royal Oak, what do you mean? Are you going to get a compromised Royal Oak, or are you going to get a 15,500, 15,400, 50? Well, what? Alex, I need to know the model numbers because I don't think you're going to have enough money raised from both those watches to get decent examples of either. You're going to have to put a lot of money in. Personally, sub-date black, perfect piece. I'm wearing a two-tone and a blue Milgauss. Actually, you know what? What's one thing about the bluesy? If a sub-steel date had sex with a blue Milgauss, you'd have a bluesy. You'd have a bluesy, wouldn't you, Mark? The babies they would have.
Yes, you would.
Don't you think? The babies.
You would.
So I kind of got the best of both. I wouldn't be selling those two watches. See, the whole thing I love about steel.
But I mean, if you can wear a president every day, some people
But I mean,
wear it every day.
Wear steel. Steel is so pleasant. You know, I got to be honest with you. You just don't give a fuck. I don't care about other people. I just wear what I want. There's nothing nicer than having.
Should I wear a gold sub on vacation?
Vacation.
Yeah, to like a safe area, like a safe, place. Like it's not a high crime area where I'm going. Should I just take a gold sub and nothing else and say fuck it?
High crime. What are you doing in a high
I
crime?
said it's low crime. It's low crime. It's low crime. Low crime area, and it's insured. On top of everything, it's insured.
Yeah, I'd just be careful.
You got to wear your watches. Bruce Williams said, "Insure it and wear it," but be sensible. But in other words, don't go to a high crime neighborhood. But I'm not. I'm going somewhere pretty peaceful. I'm gonna wear it. I'm just gonna fucking do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking of wearing the Cartier because it's just steel and it's very nice, but it's just steel. But maybe I should just say fuck it.
You know what? I got to tell you something, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, I wouldn't be getting out of a sub date and a blue Milgauss for a gold president. That's tacky. This gold sub date, that's a lifetime watch. I had one that was stolen, but that was a watch I had planned on keeping forever. The Milgauss, man, the Milgauss is such a cool watch. You can wear that with a t-shirt. You can wear it with a suit. It's so beautiful. I honestly would not get rid of that. And as for a Royal Oak AP fucking sucks. They are so delicate. The servicing they're such an arrogant cunt of a company. They are fucking assholes. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't be getting rid of two heavy duty Rolexes for a fucking AP. That's one thing I would never fucking do. As for the president, what you talking 36 or 41? What are you talking exactly? Because I wouldn't be doing it for a fucking lousy 36 mil.
Well,
and
he's got a 5.5-inch wrist.
The problem is, Alex, the sub date and the blue Milgauss. How many other watches have you got? Because that's such a beautiful two-piece combo. What more do you fucking need? That's fucking. I wish that'd be a perfect just happiness. Happiness is that's it. That's it. You don't need any more. Yellow 41, yellow gold with white dial. Get fucked. You know what? How much money are you putting in, Al? You don't have to super chat. Tell me, how much money are you putting in on top? That's what I want to know. How much on
what are you
top?
what are you getting, like 10, 20?
Because I got to be honest with you, the best bang per buck gold piece. Let me tell you, okay. Let me tell you this, okay? There are two solid gold, and when I say solid gold in Rolex, I mean it's got to have a gold bracelet, okay? It's got to have a gold bracelet, okay? There are two solid gold bracelet watches that are absolute bargains on the secondary market. The biggest bargain is the Yachtmaster white dial. However, if you want to really just hang on, Marky, I want to bring that comment up in a minute, Marky. I would say to you, the Bluesy Submariner 40 ceramic, the one that Mark Goldberg's got, that is the best bang per buck. That is the biggest amount of gold for the money. That is winner chicken fucking microwave dinner. So personally, I wouldn't be fucking around with these stupid day dates. Alex, sorry, what was the other comment? I like that comment. Can you bring that other comment up? AD never calling. I told you fucks for years that AP sucks. Royal Oak is worse than the actual royal family. Fuck that piece of shit watch and brand. You betcha. Get back to the other comment there. He's got to put 10. What is it? How many thousand?
Well, he says 10 to 20, but I'm sure it's more like
Fuck
20.
me, Dad.
It's
Fuck.
not 10.
You know,
It's not 10. It's more like 20.
20, yeah. You know what? I'll be honest with you. You know my two-tone bluesy here?
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to go all gold, it's basically double the price of this.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, yeah.
Double.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Not really, because this is so usable, you see?
It is worth it.
But it is worth it.
It is worth it. You've got the training wheels. I mean,
Okay.
like you have who wants to buy like a 100cc bike when you could get the 500?
I get it. Well, yours is 1,000cc.
There you go.
Marky, look,
Talk
Alex,
Talk to me.
I don't
dude.
think $20,000. Fuck, that's a lot of money. You
It
know
is.
what I'd be doing, Marky?
It's a gold Rolex, though. What would
Why
you-
doesn't he add? Why doesn't he add a fucking root beer and then it'd be done with it then?
Rupert's super nice.
Two-tone root beer,
Yeah, no, that's a great one.
update, and a
I love
Milgauss. What a beautiful three-piece.
You know what? That pink gold makes that so
What can you
fancy.
get a root beer for secondhand? What are they going for? 14?
You know, good question. No, not 14. More.
20?
Yeah, well, probably 20. 18.
See,
19.
I'd rather put the 20 into another watch
Yeah.
than to sell what you got and get it. Because the thing is, the the president, you can't wear it every day.
You know what? It's not that subtle. I'll be honest with you. It's pretty fancy. it's kind of fancy pantsy in real life.
Why does
anyway.
he want? Why does he want to show off? Why does he need to be?
Well, you know, if
really-
you're spending big money, sometimes you want to just go bam, yellow gold, asshole.
What metal is your Erwin? Your your Breguet 7057? That's white gold, is it?
White gold. Yep.
You didn't consider yellow? Sorry, rose gold. You didn't consider rose?
Not really. No. Well, I'm more kind of a white gold steel kind of guy. Yeah.
You know they got 4 variations of the 7057, right?
Yep. Yeah.
I actually, the one that came up for me, that's the one I really wanted. That was the one, rose gold with that particular, the non-gold finished movement. You know what I mean? That's the one
Yep.
that I really,
Yeah. Well, to each his own, right? So I guess, like I say, what makes you smile? For me, I guess I'm not really a gold person. So in all of my collection, I don't think I have a yellow or rose gold timepiece.
fair
Do I-
point. Fair
Yeah.
point. Yeah, no. I get it, man. I get it. What was that super chat? You saw something you just flicked up there, Marky?
Oh, it was a super nasty Uzi comment. No super chat,
Oh.
just a nasty one that I thought I would.
Uzi's pretty nasty at times. You know,
Well, he's
you know,
off-
you
he's
know,
off
you know
his
why
meds.
he's nasty, don't you?
He's off his meds.
He's 5'2".
No, he was 5'4". I think
Small man syndrome. You know, they always would be cut, and he had to buy. You notice he had to buy the big gold watch to compensate for it. It's
compensator.
that's as pathetic as someone buying a Porsche because they're 3 inches erect. You know,
or BMW
let's not talk about
on
BMWs.
a full circle scheme.
I tell you what, if I could give that bitch back now, I would gladly walk out of the full circle.
Yeah. So for Alex, I think in the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, which brand do you want to represent? An AP or a Rolex? I think that's the first question you probably need to ask yourself. Right.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Very good point.
Now the thing is, when you see someone wearing a Royal Oak, what's the first thought? that will come to
Actually,
your
you know,
mind?
I got to tell you, I went to a hotel. I went down with my wife to pick up my 7057,
Yeah.
right? Actually, no, I went down with my wife to pick up my Type 21 because I already had the 7057. I was wearing the 7057, but I actually was I was getting back my Type 21. We're staying at a nice hotel, and guess what? The guy had was a guy in the elevator had a fucking steel Royal Oak blue dial, and I thought, fuck, it just looks so sharp. When they look nice, when you see it on someone's wrist, you go, fuck. You can tell it's the big size. I don't know if it was a 400 or a 500, right, or a 510. I don't. But it just looked minted. He looked minted. I said to my wife, "That's a $50,000 Aussie watch." You know what I'm saying? Like, it just looked minted. You just say, "Fuck." Even though I hate Royal Oak, I hate the brand more than taxes or car payments, right? The Royal Oak itself, winner. And I remember one time I was on a plane. This guy had a Royal. Just fucking looks. They're sexy as fuck. I hate them. I hate the brand. I hate the cunt.
No, I get what you mean. You know, I mean, you can't deny it. Royal Oak, they do look good, and you know, Genta's design, it's very, very loud in there. And one look at it, you know
I think it looks better than actually a Nautilus, to be honest with you. Nautilus, you say old money, but Royal Oak is kind of, you think, oh, what is he? It's more mystery. You know what I'm saying?
When I see a guy wearing a Royal Oak, instantly I thought of, oh, this guy must have made his money through crypto or something like that. Fast money, you know.
What do you think of when you see someone with a Breguet?
Oh, gentleman, definitely a gentleman.
Gentleman, he's not a cunt. He's not a cunt.
No, not a cunt. Super chat. Oh, was there a super chat?
You know, the guy who wears Breguet, he doesn't do any sheathing there, Marky. You know that?
I do know that.
We've got a super chat. Where have you been? Black Cat 997, $5. Thank you
so much.
Thank you. And AD never calling $10. Happy birthday to our very good friend, the big Beroba Bear Clooney. Happy birthday to Bear. Happy birthday to Bear. Happy birthday, Mr. Clooney. Happy birthday, Mr. Bear. There we go. You know what? What's happening in Malaysia there? Is it tougher? The market is tougher? It's pretty hard here. I'm thinking about just putting everything up for sale besides the Speedy. I don't know, the Speedy and maybe the Rolexes I keep, I think. What do you reckon? It'd be stupid to get out of them.
You're going to keep 2 Rolex?
The Explorer and the Bluesy.
I probably prefer you keep 1 Bluesy, sell the Explorer, keep 1.
It doesn't have papers.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think in the end of the day, if you want fast money, you probably be able to get something quick with the Rolex and maybe with a PP, right? So if you want to scale down, I mean, my personal choice, 3-piece, it would be the Sub, the Breguet, and the
Patek.
No, the Omega. That's what I'll keep. I'll sell the rest. Yeah, that's just my personal preference. Question is, do you really need to have a Patek? When I see you, Archie, I mean,
you don't need any of this stuff. I'll be honest with you. This is
you don't need any of this. But what's your identity, right? So when I see you, I always, the Rolex Bluesy comes to mind. So it's kind of like, it's synonymous to you, the Bluesy.
I get it.
So that's why I think I'll just keep that, the Bluesy, and the dress watch, and something that you can wear every day, which is the Omega. Marky, you've been quiet. What's up?
True. I have. Well, I'm still a little blown away by Archie's revelations today about the Mrs. Lai situation. I'm just a little mind blown. And then he said to me, Archie, with this complete utter, innocence, I'm a married man. Hey, look, wait, I'd like you to look at the face, right now. He's laughing. Say it again. Say it with a straight face. Tell me you're a married man.
Okay.
All right, there. Thank you.
Marky, I want to say to you something. One thing I really admire about you is you followed your dream.
Well, I had very few dreams. I really.
Oh, by the way, did you see what Warren Buffett said about having a good marriage or a good relationship?
No, he's quitting. You hear he's retiring.
He said the secret to a happy marriage or relationship is to go into the relationship with low expectations.
Well, your wife is obviously a Warren Buffett fan.
Yeah, I love it. I love it so much, Marky.
Yes, darling. But you know what, though?
Think about if business got tough, would you sell stuff off? What would you start to do?
I would sell everything, and then I would finally work my way to like a kidney or sperm or or something. Although AD Never Calling already bought a lot of it, but there's a little left.
Owen, are you looking at retiring soon, or what's happening with you?
Oh, he's a young man. Everyone's a baby.
No, well, yeah, thank you, Marky. Not really. I do enjoy working. I do enjoy what I'm doing. So I don't see myself retiring, even if I made my millions. Yeah, I think I'll still continue working. I really do enjoy what I'm doing. Yeah.
Me too.
You have your own firm, don't you, Owen? You got your own firm.
I do. Yeah.
Do we cheat him and how?
Sorry.
You have some staff as well.
I do. I have a couple people working with me.
Oh, that's happiness, really, isn't it? The thing is, my dad had a small firm, and then my brother took over and made it a medium-sized firm. And I think the happiness was not being too big. When you get too big, you start to have to worry about more the staff, and it's. But when you're small with just a nice hub, 5 sort of staffish, no more than 5 staff, you can sort of just manage it effectively. And
but you know what? With 5, you're doing more you're doing more management than lawyering. You're doing more management than accounting.
Exactly.
Which I never wanted to do, which is why me personally, I really had to decide, do I want to scale up or do I want to boutique it and just be kind of like pricey within my little boutique range? And that's what I opted for. Low overhead, fuckers. Low overhead. There's something.
Exactly. You want agility, right? You need agility.
Low fixed cost. Exactly.
That's right. If
I'm the last one out, I'm turning out the lights myself.
Definitely. Yeah. Same there. Yeah. So be passionate with what you're doing. So if you've got passion, you never find it bored.
I have a question for Satan's Kitten. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So don't sound so suspicious. It's an easy question. So for this trip that we're taking, we're not telling the punters where we're going, but it's a pretty safe area. It's not a crime area. Should I take this Cartier or should I take the gold Rolex? What do you want me to wear? What do you think?
Well, which watch is my favorite?
Well, I forget. It changes. Which watch is your favorite?
I only have one favorite watch.
Well, which one is it?
I told you to buy it.
Buy it.
The longest, and then you bought it because I told you to buy it, and then it went up in price, and you were happy that I told you to buy it.
Now you're confusing me.
It's a Marvel superhero.
It's a Marvel. My
the Hulk.
My SpongeBob. The Hulk. I could wear the Hulk. All right, I'll wear the Hulk. But I shouldn't wear the gold. The Hulk
is. You can wear the gold. I just told you that was my favorite.
The Hulk.
The rest of them kind of all look the same.
So are you saying no to the Hulk and yes to the gold, or which way? Gold or Hulk? Pick one. What am I wearing to this trip?
Gold.
No, now I want to wear the Hulk. I want to wear the Hulk now. All right, well, we'll sort it out. We have to decide soon, though.
I love your gold watch, Mark. That's such a...
It is nice. It is true. It is a nice one. I mean, you know what? And I suspect people look at it and think it's an Invicta, because it's a little, outrageous. So it could easily be an Invicta.
A Trump watch.
That's why I think I'm safe with it on. Exactly.
Trump watch.
Oh, those are awful.
Have you seen anyone wearing the Trump watch?
No, nobody's seen anybody in a Trump watch.
I wonder who has it.
I don't know. These are questions. I'm sure somebody bought it. All right. I'm sure somebody bought it.
Hmm.
Well, boys, the kitten is informing me that my time has come. I must take my leave of you.
Oh no.
Drew, I'm leaving you. Erwin, I'm leaving you in charge. Make sure you feed him and walk him and brush him, and don't let him throw up on the couch. It's very important.
I'll bathe him as well.
Keep an eye on him.
Thank you so much, Marky. Thank you for your service. We thank you for your service today, and big happy birthday to Bear Clooney. We love you, Bear Clooney. Erwin. Look, I don't want to complain, okay? I tell you honestly, what is the financial year in Malaysia? When does your financial year start and finish?
Financial year. Well, it depends. For this, yeah. Sorry.
See, for us, for taxation, we are 1st of July to 30 June. That's how we do it.
So we do our taxation. If you are an employee, you do it from the end of April, 31st, so 30th of April to the 15th of May. Whereas if you're a business owner, that would be end of June. Yeah, 30th of June to the 15th of July.
Fuck, that's weird. So tell me this: has business been tougher this year than last year, or you're in your law thing? It doesn't matter.
I think in terms of work wise, you always have work. So in my area, I think we're not short of work, but collection, on the other hand, it's tough. Yeah. So whilst we may have work, but our clients, they are struggling. So when they're struggling, they usually put legal fees like at the bottom of their list.
Don't you see, in my country, most lawyers, they won't start work until you put money in the trust account for them.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, that's how it starts, right? So unfortunately, I'm too nice of a person. I always like,
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Tell me this. In my case, YouTube has really changed a lot. It's really changed. I was hoping to what I want to do is I want to guide out the year. So our financial year is ending June 30. And then I'm thinking about selling some pieces off. If I had a choice of either keeping the paddock or the 3 or 2 Breguets, what would you do?
Oh, you really like the Patek, do you?
It's a beautiful watch. You don't think it's beautiful? Or you think it's a nothing?
No, I think it's a beautiful watch, but
it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. That's why I think you should sell it.
Yeah.
It's
probably 40,000 Australian, 40 to 45,000 Australian dollars. That's a fucking that's like a year. If I sold that, I have a year buffer, a 1 year buffer. Okay, at least a year buffer of money. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Yep.
I got to tell you, Erwin, no more Geneva. I tell you honestly, I have actually pulled out all the stops. I've stopped spending. I'm actually going no international travel anymore. That's it. Just stop, because it's so bad. Erwin, I went to Geneva. That cost me 10,000 Aussie. By the way, did I tell you I went to Geneva? And Kelso, he's a bit of a cunt. I said, let's get some supermarket food. No, let's go out. So we went out. He goes, let's go French. Now, French is expensive. I said, why don't we go Thai? I saw a Thai restaurant. Let's go Thai.
And what
it
did
was
say?
$210 Australian for pad Thai, green curry, one rice, 1 spring rolls, had serve of 3 spring rolls, and 1 Diet Coke. $210. And man, that's just a normal meal. You know, you could, you know, it was okay, but that'd be $60 in Australia.
Yeah.
In Malaysia, that'd probably be $20 Australian. You know, it's a nothing. You know,
Kelso's well to do, isn't it? He's well to
sorry.
do. Kelso, is he well to do?
He works as a cameraman. He's a camera technician, right? For some big. So his income is up and down depending on, like, when you're in Hollywood and you're a cameraman, you can make a lot of money. The problem is, it's like lawyers. Lawyers make good money too, but you got to get the client. If you don't have, there's lawyers who make nothing. Okay, there's barristers who make nothing because
Yeah.
they don't have the clients.
So
Whereas
he's more like the living in the moment kind of guy.
no, he's pretty well respected because he's pretty good at what he does, and he's actually on there's a TV show he does some filming with who they renewed the contract. They renewed another season.
Right.
So that's pretty good for him. But he's got to work really hard when they're filming. There's no mucking around. That's fucking hard. And it's very, you can't have a bad day. You've got to, filming is so, that's what the audience sees through your eyes, you know, because you're filming, you know, it's so crucial.
That's true.
So look, he's having a good run. Yeah, he is, right? He's at the peak. He's 34, handsome.
That's young.
Guy. Just hang on one tick. I just got to say hello to somebody.
No problem. And there he goes.
Josh,
Well,
you going anywhere today?
that was a good story.
Yeah. I got to tell you something. Seriously, Erwin.
Yo.
He does really well, but they had a big writers' strike. That's where the whole Hollywood stopped because they had a dispute over money.
Right.
The problem with the entertainment industry is that right at the top 5%, they earn all the money. A lot of people earn nothing. You see, like it's like anything, like professional sports. Some people earn big money, but a lot of people don't earn much. Okay, you've got to be the best. You know, it's very competitive. YouTube's like that. Like I got my niche. It did so well for so long, but you know, it's kind of, it peters out. It peters out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why don't you go back to do it?
Sorry?
Why don't you go back? You're talking about paid review, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you go back doing that, you know? With your experience, with your knowledge.
No, I do paid reviews. I do them. But you know, the market is good there. Look, it is what it is. It is what it is, you know.
Yep.
It's look, Erwin, the market can be tough. Market's tough. I think for me, I got to decide. Yeah, you're right. If I sold the paddock, that's a lot of money. I can then gives me time to think, what do I want to do?
Yep.
I did a few silly things. I got to get rid of that IWC. I got to get rid of that Seiko. I actually sold off all the big Hermes handbag. Gone. Sold, gone. Because I was a bit scared of them being stolen, so I'm glad they're gone. They're a hassle. And also, because they're leather, if they get damaged, the value plummets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The value can really fucking plummet on that sort of stuff. But I got to tell you, you've just got to be careful with it. You know, everything is tough. That's kind of how it is there. It's very tough. But look, the market's not good at the moment. Things are not good, but you can only try your best, Erwin.
Yeah, you've got to write it out, Archie. You've got to write it out. And I'm sure we will ride out this storm eventually. Got to hang in there.
Yeah. I got to tell you, Erwin, seriously, if things are tough, I think for me, I'll be honest with you. Okay, so if let me just ask you this: if I had a choice, okay, so I don't need, certainly the more money I could get in would be better, but I can get some money in and just slow down a bit, think about it. Like the Bluesy, that's actually a pretty easy flick. They always wanted. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Would you sell the Bluesy or the World Time? What's I know the World Time is double, okay, but what I'm saying is, what would you rather keep? I mean, I know the World Time's a better watch, but the Bluesy's more usable. You know, now I could sell some other stuff, but it gives me some breathing room. You see what I mean?
I see what you mean.
Like you sell the Bluesy, you get 20,000 in. Okay, you can pay a little bit of credit card, pay a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and just work out. You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, I think in the end of the day, like I said, Archie, the Bluesy is synonymous to you, right? So I think it's iconic in that sense. When I see you, I see the Bluesy. I don't think you should sell the Bluesy. On the Patek, on the other hand, I know it's nice to have a Patek, but I don't think it's you. And also, I think the Patek is a smaller watch.
See, some of the stuff I've got is a bit tough. Like, you know, the JLC, I think that is something, you put it out there, it may not sell that quickly.
Yep.
You
Well,
know
that's
what
the thing, right? I know, even though it may not sell that quickly, you just put it out there, you know? You never know what's there.
Yeah.
Just put it out there and see what comes back. It is what it is.
I think also, the Pam's a bit tough at the moment too.
Well, you'd be surprised. I know there are a few Pam collectors that are always looking for something rare, something nice.
I got the 47 mil. It's a bit big for a lot of people. You know what I mean? But it's kind of, it is a cool watch. By the way, I hated it on the rubber. The fucking rubber just didn't feel comfortable.
Right.
Do you like rubber?
I do like rubber, but it really depends on whose rubber. Okay, that came out wrong. Well, it really depends on who made it. Yeah, which brand.
Yeah. No, I know exactly.
I don't like their rubber. Yeah, their rubber's
No. Erwin, let's wrap this up, Erwin. It's been a good show today. I really do appreciate you coming on, man.
My pleasure.
It's great to have you guys on. I think for me, you know, I might actually put a few pieces out there and just see how it goes. Like I don't have to sell them below cost. I can put a small margin on them. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Because what I've found is no matter what price you list at, they always want a discount. So you're better off to put a little bit of, you know what I mean or not?
I know what you mean. Well, I always think it's also easier and better to give them a couple of freebies instead of a discount. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Give them like
Erwin, it's great having you on, guys. I want to thank everybody who super chatted today, man. Super chats keep the show going. Without the super chats, we're dead in the water. Yankee Doodle, Yankee Doodle, Yankee Doodle, Mike Howard, Dr. Joe Teo, BTX. Now, BTX, he was saying, what is we think of the silver dial, Erwin? I think the whole point in getting an OP is those sexy, the blue, the yellow, the green, the red, the coral red. That's why you want the OP. You don't want it if you want fucking silver dial, get a fucking Datejust. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but I think BTX. I don't know what's his collection like, but I think if he were to only have one Rolex, he probably wants something that he can wear in a dress.
Yeah, and a sports.
Sports, yeah. So that's.
I
probably
think you're still better off. I still think you're better off BTX instead of getting an OP41 silver dial. Get a fucking Explorer 2 white dial. That's a much better watch. You can wear that to dress. And what's to say you can't wear that for as a dress? What the fuck? I'd much rather get same sort of money for an OP41 or Explorer 2. I'd rather get the Explorer 2, wouldn't you?
Hmm.
No?
True. Yeah. True. By the way,
Vincent,
Heinrich has asked you to actually make him an offer with your watches. He's willing to buy them.
let's have, who said that?
Heinrich?
Oh, we'll have a look. Vincent George, Bob Meeham, P. Klein, Bob Wilham, Randall Capor, Bob Weeham, Rich Mitch, GB, Yankee Doodle, Bob Weeham, Alex McGregor, Black Cat, AD Never Calling. And who made an offer there? Who was this? Let's have a look. Who said?
It's Bob Willem, by the way. No, Bob Willem.
Bob Wilham. Okay.
Willem. No. The guy, Heinrich.
Oh, Heydrich. Arch, how much is the Zenith as well? Tell me the IWC Daytona interested to buy, and any gold you have. Where are you on the website? Let me know. Well, it's Heydrich. Arch, how much is the Zenith? I want about 7.5 Aussie for the Zenith. Okay. Tell me the IWC. I want about four 250 for the IWC.
What model is it?
It's the Petite Prince. Box papers. Daytona interested. I don't have a Daytona. Interested to buy, and any gold you have. Where are they on your? I haven't put them up yet. I'm just talking. I haven't put this shit up yet. I'm just kicking ideas around. This is. I haven't done anything. But yeah. Okay, guys, that is it. That's the show. We'll be back tomorrow. See you later, guys.
Take care, everyone. Bye, Archie.